Hey guys, Scott here. Stay tuned to the end of this video. I've got some cool new tapes that some the folks in this community sent me. I want to show you, but I want to talk a little bit about the short-term future of the YouTube channel. First of all, thank you so much for coming up on our second birthday of doing 2 years of this. Never missing a Sunday episode. And I don't plan on missing any Sunday episodes, but there's going to be a little bit of a change over the next couple of weeks, and I'll explain why. My job is to be an independent musician. Before this channel, I was an independent musician. I am an independent musician. And for the last 2 years, I've been working on a record, and I'm pretty much almost finished. But for the last year, I really haven't made any progress on this record. I just need to finish the vocals, and then I need to mix it and send it off to mastering. And if I do all that in the next couple of weeks, then I'll be able to release it in the fall, which is what I hope to do. Anyway, the reason I'm telling you this and why this is important is I was looking at my schedule and I'm like, why haven't I been able to finish this record? It's 95% done, and I've really been stalled at 95 for the past year. So what's the problem? And then I'm like, oh, it's probably the Phil Collins channel, because it's like all I think about during the week. Like, what's this week's episode going to be? And then I don't know, you know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, Scott, here's what you need to do. As tough as this is going to be, I'm going to kind of like put a hold on the next 3 weeks. Now, what we're going to do instead is we're going to do like song reviews, but like bigger song reviews than normal. And so I'm going to focus on a Peter Gabriel track. I'm going to focus on a Genesis track, of course, and then a Phil track. And that'll be the next 3 weeks. Maybe I'll interrupt that. In fact, next week I'm going to a record store and I'm going to do a big film of that as well. So there is more content happening. There's lots more planned, and I'm trying to book some more interviews with you. But over the next 3 weeks, I can't think about this channel as much as I want to. So I'm going to kind of set it on cruise control with a couple of song reviews in today's episode so that I can finish on this record and focus on this record and finish this record. Because I love making music. And my own music is the only other music I pay attention to outside of Genesis and Phil. And so I need to give it a couple of weeks. And so my apologies, something had to give. And unfortunately, it's this channel. But I'm having such a blast, and there'll be something for you to watch each Sunday. And of course, if you come over to our Patreon and support the channel, then there's a lot of bonus videos and audio episodes and behind the scenes stuff that'll keep you satiated until we're back doing our big, fat, juicy episodes in a couple of weeks from now. So that was a little update. Thank you again for watching. I hope everything's cool with you. And now watch this little clip of some new tapes I got.
So before I let you go, I want to show you some things that came in the mail just recently. First of all, my new friend Brian sent me a copy of Buster on cassette. And I didn't own Buster on cassette. And Buster's actually it's a little bit hard to find on vinyl. Pretty easy to find on CD. And I haven't found it on tape. I always thought it would be easy to find on tape, but I haven't seen it around. And so Brian sent me this. He's so kind. It's in really good shape and sounds really good. And what a great soundtrack. We got to do a review on this album and movie at some point. I watched the movie a couple of years ago. So we got to do a review on that. Thank you to Brian for sending me a copy of Buster. I did not have it. And so now it's almost pretty good for Phil's soundtracks on cassette. I have Tarzan and Brother Bear, which I added recently as well. Then I want to show you some really funny things from my friend Adam at the Genesis Museum, who knows that I like weird stuff that's like unofficial and bizarre, and he knows I like tapes. Now there's a guy named Mike, I don't know if he watches this channel, who is a crazy collector of Phil and Genesis cassettes, and I'm so jealous of like 1/100th of his collection. And so this is some really special stuff. So this is a bunch of Phil Collins tapes that are just super rare and weird. Okay, so first of all, this is, I don't even really know what I'm looking at here. So this is Hello, I Must Be Going. But what I think is so funny about this is that the track listing is different. It starts with You Can't Hurry Love, then I Don't Care Anymore. Otherwise, I think it's pretty much the same. It's just it opens with You Can't Hurry Love. And so this is oh, and look, it says Genesis member on the front. That is so funny. What do we know about this? This is Originals of Pop. So it's like a compilation. You know what? Like, do you remember there was a lot of like Columbia House, and there was a lot of tape clubs too back in the day. And so like something like this could have been on like in a club, right? So it's a licensed reissue. Anyway, this is interesting. This is Serious Hits Live. And I don't really know, this seems kind of bootleggy because there's nothing on the tape. And I listened to it, I believe it ends early. Or it doesn't include, look, it doesn't include all of the songs that would be on the CD version, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, again, it's so crazy. I have Serious Hits Live on cassette, but it's just fun. It's fun to see like them presented in different ways. And that's what I like about Mike's collection of tapes, is like things are so different. This is But Seriously. This looks super like a homemade tape, obviously. And this is just, that's just a bootleg. But here's what I love. Look at track 2. That's Turty the Way It Is. So it's a typo. And then the side B, I wish it would rain down. I wish it would rain down. Something happened on the way is heaven. So this is what I love about bootlegs. And this is like not very high quality. That's what I love about bootlegs, is that there's no quality control. And I love it. I love it. It's so hilarious to me. So what a weird looking tape. This is really cool. I listened to this actually. This is just a different copy of No Jacket Required. This is 1985 on it, for whatever reason. It's not a live album. It is just No Jacket Required. But again, with like a unique track listing. So we have it opens with Studio and ends with Take Me Home. And then, so it's like pretty much the same as the album, but not really. Like the last, look at the end of side B, One More Night and Don't Lose My Number. Just bizarre, right? Like, I just love when things are weird like that. Anyway, so that's really cool. Thanks, Adam. I love weird stuff. You know, like I come in contact with Serious Hits and No Jacket Required on tape all the time, but I have no interest in getting multiple copies unless my copy is in rough shape. Like my copy of We Can't Dance and both sides don't sound too good, so I'm kind of like grabbing new copies of those if I see them. If I see like a mint unopened copy, like I have an unopened copy of Shapes over there on tape. What I will never cease to stop grabbing is like weird tapes. So this is an official release, if I'm not mistaken, because I've seen the CD version of this. This is Phil Collins live from the board. It's an official bootleg, and so it includes Studio, Separate Lives, Easy Lover, and My Girl. If I'm not mistaken, this is Both Sides tour. Little card from Adam. Yeah, I can't tell if there's a year on this, but it's from the record label. This is 80. No. Oh yes, it's 95. So I think this was recordings from the Both Sides tour. So I've seen the CD version for this. So yeah, it's cool to have this. Only 4 songs on this. It's really cool. So one of the things I'm looking out for too, guys, let me know if you know where to find this. But I'm looking for like people's personal cassette bootlegs. Or not personal, but just like unofficial cassette bootlegs of Phil and Genesis. That's kind of like what I'm on the hunt for. Anyway, thanks to Adam and Brian for these little treats. Much appreciated.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button for exclusive videos, behind-the-scenes content, and to have your say on future topics before I film. Have a look at our Patreon page. Thanks for watching.